Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nessa and I'm here to talk about life from a 20-something-year-old's perspective. um, so today I kind of wanted to share with you a little bit about my story and what I've been going through these past 2 weeks. They have been insane. There is this one saying in Spanish, it's like, uno pone y Dios dispone. It's like, basically, you plan something and then, life happens and you just kind of have to accommodate to life. Shit happens. But yeah, so about 2 weeks ago, I went to Edinburgh to do a volunteer job at a hostel, but I got kicked out of the hostel because the manager was being super creepy and I told him off. He didn't like that, so I was kicked out from one day to the next. I had been planning for this trip for like 4 months already. I went through this interview process to get the job. I got the job. 5 days later, boom, I'm fired. So it was pretty intense. I had no other plan. But yeah, so here we are. So yeah, I got kicked out, very short notice, and suddenly I was left with no plan, no place to go, didn't know what to do. Long story short, I ended up going to Norway because I have a friend there who said, yeah, definitely come here and you'll figure it out afterwards. So that was really nice. But, these unforeseen chain of events that happened in Edinburgh kind of just made me realize that I had been repeating the same patterns, the same just the same actions, hoping for something different to happen. So for context, after graduating high school, I got the travel bug, I guess you can say. I was very excited about traveling, low budget traveling, especially back in like 2015, 2016. I grew up consuming a lot of these, this content of travel or budget traveling, just backpackers and hippies, and it's something that always excited me. So I started doing it when I was 18, as soon as I turned 18, and then I never really stopped. And then I did take a break briefly because of COVID and college. So after I finished uni, again, I traveled full time for over a year, and it was good in some ways. It had good things and bad things. But yes, it was like very low cost budget travel and moving around from point A to point B. So yeah. And then last year, I came back in August, and then I came back to my parents' house and said, okay, well, let's regroup a little bit and take a break from this crazy life, and we'll go back to it soon enough. So yeah, this year I was trying to do the whole low budget travel situation. But yeah, after all of this, after what happened in Edinburgh, it just kind of made me realize that it's not for me anymore, and that I kind of am ready finally to kind of retire from that lifestyle. Yeah. So now I'm back to square one, I think, definitely. I'm back to square one. I'm So after what happened, I said, okay, that's enough. We need to quit all habits because we cannot continue on replicating the same behavior expecting a different result, which is a given, right? But it took me a couple of tries to kind of come to this conclusion and finally surrender to my reality. So the way that I was able to travel full time in the past was because I was an online ESL teacher, so English as a second language teacher. It was not a job that I was excited about, but in the beginning, it was consistent, it was okay, and it allowed me to live my teenage dream of traveling the world. Backpacking across the world. So it was fine at the beginning. Then it just became very taxing and stressful. But I kept doing it. I kept forcing the situation because I was like, well, this is what I've been telling myself that I want and need to do since I was 16. So it doesn't make sense to leave it all behind. I need to keep trying to make this thing that clearly it's not working anymore work. So I tried to force the situation, and it didn't work out, obviously. So when I went to Norway, I thought about the situation, thought about my life and decided that it's time to stop forcing things. So I decided to quit my job, come back to Los Angeles. I'm living with my parents now. And that's my life now. I'm back to square one. It's a very interesting place to be in, I think. I don't know what the future will bring. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, but I guess I'm hopeful for this new chapter. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I hope to continue posting videos about my life and traveling and my crazy life experiences here. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.